You're watching WION World is One with Mohammed Saleh and me, Shivan, and we're of course also joined by our guests in the studio, and we'll be joined by our correspondents from key locations across the country. We're of course tracking all the developments coming in as counting has started. Let's get you started with the headlines at the moment. It's counting day today in the world's largest democracy. Counting for 543 constituencies of the lower house begins. This brings an end to the marathon polling exercise stretching over 80 days. Prime Minister Modi eyes a record-equaling third straight term, while opposition bloc hopes to spring in a surprise still, with most exit polls favouring the BJP-led National Democratic Alliance. India's poll body has arranged massive three-layered security at counting centres across India. With the beginning of counting of votes, both ruling BJP and opposition gear up for celebrations, confident of securing a victory. All eyes on Indian markets today as Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his party expect a resounding win. GIFT Nifty futures indicate a strong opening for Indian stocks.
All right, let's also now take a quick look as to what else is making headlines around the world. The Israeli Defense Forces have confirmed the death of 4 more Israeli hostages who were in the captivity of Hamas. Now, the IDF claims that the 4 of them were killed while they were together during an Israeli bombing operation in Khan Yunis. The jury selection process kicks off in a criminal case against Hunter Biden, a historic prosecution that could in fact further influence the 2024 presidential elections. Hunter Biden has been charged with lying about the use of his illegal drugs when he had bought a revolver. Now, the former American government scientist Anthony Fauci angrily denies covering up the origins of the COVID-19 pandemic in his very first public congressional testimony since retiring as the face of the fight against the COVID-19 pandemic in the United States of America. And a module of a Chinese lunar probe successfully takes off from the far side of the moon, carrying samples of the moon's surface to be brought back to planet Earth. And Google is laying off at least about 100 employees from its cloud unit, including sales, operations, engineering and consulting. And this follows similar layoffs in April and January. And world number 1 Novak Djokovic produces a superhuman effort to try reach the quarterfinals of the French Open. The Serbian shrugs off a knee injury to beat the Argentine Francisco Cerundolo in 5 sets.
He has done. Djokovic does it again.
And before we start discussing any further, here are the top 5 developments at this hour. Of course, early trends have started trickling in, and they're suggesting that the ruling Bharatiya Janata Party has taken the lead. And gradually, the NDA ahead of the India Alliance in early trends. That is the biggest development at the moment. Initial leads suggest that NDA will has kind of crossed the 200 mark, and postal ballots are being counted first. And of course, that is what is leading to the current trends. And counting of votes on 543 constituencies is underway. Of course, counting started at 8 a.m. local time, and it has just been about a few minutes since then, and these are the initial trends we will be beginning with at the moment.
All right, so this is what is happening at this moment as we speak. We are 35 minutes since the counting of votes, in fact, has begun. Now, remember, 6 weeks and 7 phases of voting ended in the world's largest democratic exercise. And India will, of course, finally find out the results in a few hours from now. Let's, in fact, listen in to a few of the reactions that are coming in as the counting of the votes is currently underway.
The country is just waiting for the result to come out, for the loyalties, for the love and the confidence that they have put on Modi ji. They would want the entire world to know that it's Modi ji only who can come back and who should come back. Then we are going, that's what they want to show today. That's what they want to hear for what they have shown in all these 7 phases.
I know for a fact that there was no cross-voting in the last election. Mr. Divakaran had a very, very strong belief that he was going to do well, and I think the left rallied behind him very solidly. I don't think there was any cross-voting at all. In any case, neither have we benefited from cross-voting in the past, nor did we expect to see any cross-voting this time. We will win on our own merits or we will fail, but my own view is we are winning.
Total confidence we have. Comfortably we are going to win. From our party, all the 3 candidates, not only our candidates, 3 candidates, from BJP also in Karnataka, minimum our BJP friends also will get minimum 20 seats.
All right, so those were some of the reactions of some of the prominent leaders who are contesting these elections. And to tell us as to what the Congress's strategy is and how it is faring in these early trends and leads that are coming out, we're being joined by Ms. Swati Chandrasekhar, who's a national spokesperson of the Congress. She's joining us live from New Delhi. Ms. Chandrasekhar, this is a crucial election for the Congress party. Now, you know, according to the leads and trends that are coming in, these are still very, very early leads and trends. It does appear that the BJP has a clear march on the Congress. What is your reading?
As you have very rightly mentioned, this is just the early trends. So please wait for the miracles to happen. As part of, the India Alliance, it's not just as a Congress spokesperson I'm speaking. We are very confident, especially the meetings that's been conducted in the last 2-3 days, and also the booth agents who have worked for us and the data that we have collected.
Right.
And this is actually going to be a very surprising elections across the country. And I'm sure even stock markets also predicted the same thing in the second half of yesterday. So anyways, leaving all that aside, I have to tell you something very clearly, that people have understood the 10 years of Modi government or Modi rule or BJP government, which has not given them anything apart from inflation, apart from increasing the
Mr. Chandrasekhar, if I can just interject there, I get your point. I mean, you are the spokesperson of the Congress party, so you'll obviously talk about the anti-incumbency which the BJP should suffer. But I want you to weigh in on what Mallikarjun Kharge said immediately after the exit poll numbers came out. He said,